We love music. You are locked into Six Towns Radio.
I did say after 4 o'clock I'm going to be speaking to Emily from Staffordshire Hour and also Simply Staffordshire, and she's in the studio with me right now. You all right?
Yes, fine, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, well, Staffordshire Hour, first of all, I'll just mention that to the listeners because a lot of our Twitter followers have engaged with Staffordshire Hour, and we've got quite a lot of things going on with them. And for us personally, Staffordshire Hour has brought in people who want to have low-cost advertising or networking or social media help as well, because we've got quite a following on Twitter. So that's been good for that straight away.
Brilliant. I mean, well, that's what it's all about. I realised that other counties had hours, so the Yorkshire Hour is a very popular hour, and I thought, well, we must have a Staffordshire one, and I hunted round and there was nothing there, and I thought, well, let's just go for it, because Staffordshire's such a huge county and it's a fantastic, cheap, well, free way for people to communicate. And there's, it doesn't have to be business, it can be charities, people who've got events, and it's brilliant to hear you've had connections through it, because I anecdotally hear that all the time. It's been brilliant.
Yeah, well, I've seen similar things myself, like they have follow trains and this, that and the other.
Yeah.
And I saw one, I think it was a Preston one, and even the ones that are just outside into Lancashire and into Yorkshire, I've engaged with Oatcake Day, because people have moved from Staffordshire into other counties and across the world, obviously, and it's been good for that. But a Staffordshire Hour is such a brilliant idea. So how long has it been going on now?
We started back, I think it was the end of October, beginning of November, but it exploded very quick. I kind of thought it might just be me talking to myself for an hour on a Wednesday between 8 and 9, but actually very quickly it took off. People asking, what's this Staffordshire Hour, how do we get involved? You don't have to get involved, you just use the hashtag or just follow the conversation. Until last week we trended above the Brit Awards. We have a reach of over 45,000 accounts, so it's a fantastic way to spread the word, and because we're trending nationally, it means that it puts Staffordshire on the map. It gets people to start thinking about, where's Staffordshire again then? It's not just that place you drive through on the M6 on the way to somewhere better. It is actually somewhere to stop and do business or meet people or visit.
Yeah,
so, it's great.
We just spoke off mic a little bit about Twitter and how people not necessarily understand it, but just don't want to get involved. They think, well, that's not for me. What would you say to those people?
I understand that using the internet and using your computer and using your phone and using your tablet seems like a time-consuming thing to do. But I would suggest, especially for business and for charities, it is an essential free tool to use to make engagements, do networking, get business. It's fantastic. And therefore, for me, it isn't a waste of time. It's an essential part of what I do, certainly.
Yeah, well, I first got involved with Twitter through Oatcake Day. It's when I first started Oatcake Day, everyone was saying, have you got a Twitter account? I'm like, no, I haven't. And one of my friends, she's been on since day one. She was bigging Twitter up, and she's really good at it. And I think some people really embrace it straight away.
Yes.
And it's a way of bringing pictures in. You can tweet about videos. You can tweet about what you're doing. You're having your tea. Look at this picture of what I'm at. There's different ways people use it. But she said for Oatcake Day, it'd be good because you're going to put yourself on a national platform straight away. And international, within a couple of weeks, and it's easy to do. You've got 140 characters, which was difficult at the first step. To get in exactly what you want to say, you have to commit so many grammatical errors sometimes to get what you want out there.
It is a grammatical nightmare.
Well, that is the one thing, but I can understand why they did it. Otherwise, there'd be essays on there. So for Oatcake Day, I started off, and I don't tweet as much from Oatcake Day now. Obviously, when it's about to land in August, the month before, and obviously the time last year we trended nationwide and then worldwide.
I know, you did brilliant.
Just crazy. I couldn't believe it, and so I do little tweets about that. And this week I've tweeted. Because we haven't got an actual logo for Oatcake Day. There's so many different branding things. It's a nightmare. And it's wrong.
It is.
But from day one, I had it was an oatcake with "I support oatcake" on the oatcake. That was the first logo I had, and I've changed it a couple of times. But I would like one to go forward. I know ITV have done their branding. I was thinking, right, it's about time I did mine. So I put it out on Twitter last week, and I've had so many people contact me saying, "Oh, I'm up for that. I'm up for that." And I've said, like, OK Day is sort of a charity thing, so I can't really afford to pay you, but think of that on your CV. I got on TV quite a lot, so we've got a book, so you'll get that seen. So I've had quite a lot of people biting on that. So that's another example.
Well, it is, and I think especially people in Staffordshire. I mean, I would say that, wouldn't I? But people in Staffordshire do want to help each other. They do want to get involved with charities or promoting the town or their town or their city or their part of the countryside. So actually people are generous, and especially through Staffordshire, people are generous with their time, generous with their tips and connections and networks. And I think that is the essence of why it works so brilliantly. And it's free.
Yeah, you keep saying that it's free. I know those people who just set up businesses recently. We're in a recession. It's hard to pay for advertising.
Oh, yes.
Everything that you have to do when you've got a business, and Twitter, you can do that straight away. You know what I mean? You can just go on there tonight, sign up, and I encourage you to go on there. And if you do think, well, I don't really know what I'm doing, get on Wednesday night between 8 and 9 and try engage with people with Staffordshire. You put a hashtag, then the whole word Staffordshire and the whole word hour together. That's something people don't understand as well.
Yes, keep it all together, yes.
No spaces.
No spaces.
And I'm sure people will engage with it. There's like hundreds and thousands of people who have done it over the last couple of months. It's been brilliant.
No, it has. And don't be frightened of Staffordshire Hour or Twitter. And if you want to, I always say to people, watch it for the first week. Just watch it on your phone or on your tablet or on your computer, just to get an idea of what people are talking about, how they talk, how they interact on Twitter. And if you don't want to dive in straight away, that's fine. Just watch and learn.
I've tried to guide a lot of people over the way, and it's something that I will be doing myself, a bit of social media training for people, because a good way probably to start, I've said, is if you've got a couple of celebs that you like, there's some brilliant ones on there like Stephen Fry and Jonathan Ross.
Yeah.
If you've got certain celebs you like, follow them, and you can find out things about them. But sometimes they interact back with you, and
they do.
So send them a message, and then if you've got a couple of friends on there, just start little conversations on there and just see what they do.
And celebrities will interact with you as well for small local things. I did a charity event. We were raising money for Help for Heroes, and it was quite a crafty event. So I tweeted at Kirsty Allsop, of Handmade Home and all those programmes, and she retweeted, because I said, we're doing this in honour of you for Help the Heroes, and she retweeted. Well, that's just fantastic. It spread the word about what we were doing, and they let their hair down, and they do interact with the small people of the world.
We're going to play a song now. It's quite appropriate. Rush Hour, Staffordshire Rush Hour. It was tenuous, I know. And then I'll be back with Emily talking about Simply Staffs and Staffordshire Hours.
Six Towns Radio.
Yes, of course, it is Six Towns Radio for a Tuesday afternoon, 4:20. I'm with Emily from Simply Staffordshire. We haven't talked really about Simply Staffordshire, have we?
No, not yet.
I think we should go for that next.
Thank you.
That's what you've been involved with for how many years now?
Simply Staffordshire started out as holiday accommodation in 2006, which I started to run when my kids were really little. I moved back to Staffordshire, to the area after being brought up in the area, set up my own small business, left my big corporate job, if you like. And one of the things I realised, a frustration immediately, was how little people knew about Staffordshire. So I'd be promoting away to come and stay at a cottage, and it was so difficult. People just thought it was Alton Towers or Stoke-on-Trent, but is that somewhere that you would visit for a holiday? And there was a lot of confusion and misunderstanding about Staffordshire, and repeatedly I had guests coming saying it was such a fabulous county, I had no idea it was so beautiful, there was so much to do, weren't the towns great, etc., etc. So that naturally came to an end in the end of 2011, and I thought, I'm keeping the name and I'm going to do what I've been doing all this time in the holiday cottage, which is to promote the very best of Staffordshire. So that's where the handpicked guide came from, really.
Yeah, a lot of people don't even know Alton Towers is in Staffordshire.
No.
I think they just go up north and it just appears. And
it just appears on the roadsides. Yeah, absolutely.
And the amount of people, you said something early on that really gets to me, the amount of people who say, "Oh, Staffordshire, yeah, I passed through there to go to Birmingham or going the other way to Manchester."
Absolutely. I think it is just that blip on the landscape as you drive up the M6, and it is so much more than that, because we've got the industrial heritage, we've got the beautiful countryside, we've got great theatres, great venues for music venues. I mean, you've got the V Festival, for example. So there's a lot going on, and again, a lot of people wouldn't necessarily associate it with being Staffordshire as such. But more than that, it's the local community. So what we've done in Simply Staffordshire is we are an independent business network with the website, but we also offer free membership to charities and not-for-profits, so allowing the whole community, business, charity, to come together and really have the passion and the confidence about Staffordshire. Because the other thing I found was when I used to speak to other businesses, they used to say, I try to promote this, or I try to say I'm more in the Peak District. And they hadn't necessarily got they loved their county, but necessarily the confidence to really shout about what they were doing and how it was based in Staffordshire. So really that's what we're based around, is the very best, all those fabulous businesses, all those fabulous people, places to stay, crafters, workshops, etc. in the county. That's what I'm passionate about.
Me too. I'm so passionate about Stoke-on-Trent, everything about it, the heritage, there's so many beautiful things. And
absolutely.
I hate to hear people moaning about Stoke-on-Trent. You'll say, I don't like Stoke-on-Trent, especially young people saying, because they don't know a lot about it, I suppose. And for every one person you'll find moaning about it, if you scratch the surface, there's hundreds of people want to shout out from the rooftops how much they love it. And it's, I know obviously Oatcakes gets put with my name quite a lot, but I'm glad of that now. At first I thought, I'm going to be known as Oatcake Man.
Yes, there's nothing wrong in that.
I don't care anymore, because I am passionate about that. I'm passionate about the heritage with the pot banks round here.
Yes, absolutely.
With the dialect. I love the dialect.
Yes.
Again, when I was younger, and I tried to, enunciate a little bit, but that doesn't work. I'll speak with the Stoke accent. That's it. That's it. That's me. That. Nothing wrong with it at all. As Stoke-on-Trent is where we're based. We broadcast to Staffordshire and everywhere else, but we get so many listeners in Stafford and the surrounding areas, and up into Leek and round there. And there's so many great places to go and visit.
It is fantastic, and I think, you only have to look at Staffordshire to know that, first of all, there are so many people out there who adore it and just needed a platform. All they needed was somewhere to shout about the place they're from or what they do in Staffordshire. But also, if the young people are moaning about being from Stoke-on-Trent or moaning about where they live, then they only have to look at something like Staffordshire to realise why it is such a quality place to be.
Yeah, but those people are in every county moaning
I'm
about their
afraid so.
county.
Exactly.
Of course they are. They think that the world's a brighter place over the boundaries, but it's not. We know that.
We know that.
Yeah, Staffordshire is beautiful, and many a time I'm sitting there thinking, right, I want to have a day trip, and you think you're going out of Staffordshire, but there's so many places that I have not been in Staffordshire. Somebody says, have you been to here? Have you been to that? I'm like,
definitely.
I've never heard of that. And I think, there's so much to do. And again, these people on Twitter, if you've got somewhere to go or, something to shout about, have a go on Staffordshire Hour.
Yes, absolutely. And just to find out places to go, or find out little charities that need a bit of help, need some expertise, find out there are so many people out there to support you starting your own business. And we talk about being in recession and people starting their own businesses, they've perhaps made redundant, they're thinking, that little idea I've had for the last 10 years, go for it, because there are so many people out there to support you, to help you, to network. It's a great opportunity.
Yeah, well, tomorrow's Staffordshire Hour at 8 o'clock.
It is.
I'll be hijacking it a little bit because I'm on ITV between 8 and 9 tomorrow on a brand new cookery programme.
What's that called?
It's called Food Glorious Food. It's Simon Cowell's new TV show.
I say.
He's done Talent, he's done The X Factor, he's done Pop Island. Now he's decided, I want to make a cookery show. So he's got Carol Vorderman to present this. I filmed my first part it was in somewhere in Worcester. What was it called? Oh, Malvern.
Yes, Worcester. Malvern, yeah.
Yeah, I filmed my first part there. I think it was September, and that's going to be on TV this week on the very first show.
And can you reveal what you were cooking?
Oh, I can actually. It was oatcakes,
was
of
it?
Course. Yeah. I'll tell the listeners because I'm not on air tomorrow, but the funny thing is, I got contacted through Oatcake Day website by somebody from ITV saying, we're interested in your Oatcake Day. Would you like to come on TV and talk about it? That's what I thought it was going to be. So I gave them a contact number, they rang me, and then they were talking about making them. And I said, I have actually made them, but I stopped there and they carried on talking. Well, they thought I made them every day or every week. Well,
exactly.
I tried them once or twice because it is so convenient to go out and get them. It's not something you can sit and make at home. It's not like making a pancake. There's so much in the preparation.
There is a lot in the preparation.
What I had to do, I had to go to 3 different places who I knew made oatcakes. I tried 3 or 4 different recipes. They contacted me in the first instance on the Wednesday, and they were filming on Saturday, so I had literally 3 days to get my actual recipe down and take it down to Malvern. And I'm not saying any more about that. But
that is fantastic. I am now doing Twitter and Staffordshire Hour in front of the telly, in front of ITV. Definitely. That is going to be the topic tomorrow.
Yeah, because I do these silly things. My girlfriend says, "Oh, not another TV thing, or not another paper, or whatever." And I'm the same, but if I don't shout about it, sometimes other people won't. So that's why I started Oatcake Day.
But Staffordshire's got a good food county. We were down in Westminster a couple of weeks ago. That sounds like I'm name dropping. I wasn't. I was invited as part of a group of businesses to go down and show off Staffordshire food and drink to MPs. Yeah. Well, it was a fantastic opportunity, and the MPs said that it was the best attended county food and drink festival they'd ever had. They'd never known anything like it. The food was amazing, and they went on and on compared to some of the other counties, how brilliant we were. We had the beer, we had oatcakes, we had fantastic meat, cheeses, wine, chocolate, everything you can imagine. And it was a fantastic day to be proud of Staffordshire, because even I, you don't know what's out there until you start sniffing around. So yeah, it was a great day.
Well, when I started Oatcake Day, I tried Staffordshire cheese,
and
then a couple of local breweries told me about different beers they did, and Titanic, they did an oatcake ale.
Yes, that's right.
And then I've tried some of their wares, and other places, like I said, there's a chocolate. You've told me about the chocolate,
Yeah,
there's
absolutely.
so many different things that are made in Staffordshire. Ice cream as well.
Ice cream made in Staffordshire. I mean, it's unbelievable. When you start scratching beneath the surface, you quickly realise how much more is out there. And as I say, because it's a large county, you don't necessarily know. About over 60%. Between 60 and 65% of the visitors to our website are from the county, because they're looking to find out what's in their own doorstep,
So tell the listeners again about the website. What's the web address and the Twitter account?
It's simplystaffordshire.co.uk. We're a hand-picked business network for Staffordshire, so we're showcasing the very best of Staffordshire. Businesses, workshops, places to stay, food producers, charities, courses. We have local recipes on there, little vintage historical recipes. We've got a Staffordshire lobby on there, and we've got several oatcake recipes, so you'll be glad to hear. And really, there isn't anything else out there promoting the whole of Staffordshire across all the sectors, being proud of what they do, and that business network looks after each other. They support, share knowledge, and work with the charity members as well. People pay a small fee each year to be part of the membership, but after that, they just get to interact and have fun and build business, and that's what we do. That's great.
Well, it's been amazing actually meeting you.
Thank you.
We tweeted each other so many times. That's another good thing about Twitter. You know what I mean? Brings people together.
Does bring people together.
People together, yeah.
Absolutely brings people together, and it gives people opportunity as well. As you said with Oatcake Day, it gives everybody an equal platform to talk about what they want to talk about. So it's great.
Well, tomorrow at 8 p.m, I will be watching myself on TV because I'm being forced into it while tweeting about Staffordshire. Thank you very much, Emily.
Thank you too.
6 Towns Radio. Amazing local presenters and the best local DJs.